I've never had any healthy relationships. It was a missing data point, okay? The problem is I just didn't have the data. I didn't have an example of this is what this looks like. Not enough clear, concrete data. I had some healthy-ish relationships in toxic circumstances. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have the data point. I was missing the data points, okay? I still don't have that. I'm not in any healthy relationships. However, the simple fact of spending these last 3 years removing all the crappy ones, okay? Now, obviously, I have not been able to remove myself from American oppression. That's the next step as a disabled person. However, I kicked out every relationship I had that made me feel bad about myself, that made me feel like I was difficult to be around, that I was hard to love, that I was a burden to be around. If that's the way I felt from the interaction, I stopped interacting with it. I just punted out all the stuff in my life that made me feel worse and shitty about myself.
Gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Modern Woman. And this one, guys, is gonna make you wanna pull your hair, man. As we have this one right here with all the red flags you can wish for. This is the jackpot of red flags. We have all the tattoos in the right places. We have the piercings, and of course the pig/cow piercing. Then of course we have the disproportionately big glasses. That is a huge red flag for some reason. I don't know. I'm not that deep into stuff, but it's just a red flag. So guys, let's play this once again. A lot of people have been saying, hey Hiran, it's a pain to watch it once, why do you make us watch it twice? I know, guys, it's a pain, but there's just so much to unpack, you know. What do you want me to do when every word she says is a red flag and is worthy of commentary? Now, let's get started.
So, this wild perspective I have now. I've never had any healthy relationships.
Yeah, could you guess, guys, like, if you saw this woman on the street or in a bar, whatever you want, right? You see this woman and the way she looks. Do you think that she will have a healthy relationship, or do you think she will not? Right, guys? There's so much said about, don't judge a book by its cover, you know. The fact that I'm wearing all those tattoos and piercings doesn't talk about my personality. Well, no, it actually does. It absolutely does, because it just so happens that every person who looks like you has some really poor mental health.
It was a missing data point, okay? The problem is I just didn't have the data. I didn't have an example of this is what this looks like. Not enough clear, concrete data. I had...
So guys, you know, fair point. It's natural that since you probably didn't have a father, which I'm 99.99% sure, that you didn't have a father figure, you wouldn't know what a healthy relationship looks like. And I understand that. But see, the problem is, if you fail once, okay, you know, we got it. You didn't have any database. But once you dated Chad once you got played once, you know, that should really teach you. If you don't know what a good relationship looks like, at least after the first era, now you know what a bad relationship looks like. You see, so any normal, rational human being, after making the mistake once, will stop there and say, I don't want to have this sort of relationship again. Which is what happens to most people anyway. But see, guys, the problem is much deeper. The problem is not that she made a mistake once or that she didn't have a father. The problem is that she has made the conscious decision, to continue making the same mistakes over and over. So you'll see in a minute, as you have heard, she will try to put the blame on everything but herself, as modern women often do.
Some healthy-ish relationships in toxic circumstances. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have the data point. I was missing the data points, okay? I still don't have that. I'm not in any healthy relationships. However, the simple fact of spending these last 3 years removing all the crappy ones, okay? Now, obviously, I have not been able to remove myself from American oppression. That's the next step as a disabled person. However, I kicked out every relationship I had that made me feel bad about myself, that made me feel like I was difficult to be around, that I was hard to love, that I was a burden to be around. If that's the way...
Yeah, guys, let's crown this woman as the one that has coped the hardest, you know, in the last decade. How about that? You know, if you remove every person that makes you feel unloved or bad or whatever, you're gonna end up by yourself. But let me tell you, you're still going to feel miserable because the problem is in you. You are the toxic one that you should remove. You know, you should remove your toxicity and your addiction to anxiety out of yourself. And then you'll find the world is a better place.
The way I felt from the interaction, I stopped interacting with it. I just punted out all the stuff in my life that made me feel worse and shitty about myself. And now, 3 years later, I'm still hanging on to a lot of fear, right? About everything. And then all of a sudden, I go over there, and for the first time ever in my life, I am just spoken to like an equal, like an adult, deserving of the, right? Like, and it wasn't challenged. I didn't have to prove it. They were like, "Of course you are. Of course we would defend you because this is absurd." And I'm like, it glitched me. I went home very confused and quiet. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning in tears because I convinced myself it wasn't real, that they weren't going to help me, that this is a trap. They're trying to lure me in to take custody away of my kids. And I was like, no, they aren't. That is crazy. But it's not crazy. That's like what my family would do. That's the trauma, not the crazy. That's the trauma. And just as quickly as I felt it, I was like, that's not appropriate here. Ding, 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 ding. Things I have not been able to do. That's the trick. That's the rub with PTSD. Is you cannot tell in the moment. Your nervous system is like, la, 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 la. I can't hear you. No, no, no. It feels just like it. It feels just like it. It feels just like it. Too bad, right? And I've known that. I've known I'm in that state, but I haven't really, because I didn't have any safe relationships to count on, I wasn't in a place to be able to build new ones either, you know? And here's what's crazy. I am now looking at my whole life. I'm seeing all the places where I'm like, wow, have I been inappropriate in my... But it's okay. No shame. I'm not feeling shame. I'm feeling
excited about what's next, gentlemen. And there's so many things that you could say about this video. I'll leave that to you because there's just so many opinions to have. But I'll focus on the point, guys. I want to bring this point home that this woman, right, we can all establish that she is not mentally stable. And I don't say that to be rude. I think it's a fact. And the thing is, she happens to be a single mother. She's of course a horrible mother. No, not necessarily due to her personality, which, that toss that aside. It's just, I don't think that in your condition you should be, having the children. But let's face it, her ex-husband is probably equally as bad as her, because, gentlemen, it just so happens that toxic people feel attracted to toxic people. So when you see this woman, you can only figure she's married someone like her, So, feeling bad for the kids, who in turn will probably turn out to be something along those lines. But what I want to bring home, guys, is that there is a reason why tattoos and piercings and all those things are a red flag. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that your Aunt Mary, who has a butterfly on her knee, is a red flag. It's not always, right? But it has a psychological factor. And I know that most of you guys know this, but there's a lot of people that hear that tattoos are a red flag and they're shocked, and they're surprised, and they're like, what sort of, bullcrap understanding do you have? This is not factual. This is not scientifical. Actually, it is scientifical. You can look it up. But yeah, it's on the basis of psychology. But what are your thoughts, guys? What do you think about tattoos and piercings and all those things? And what do you think about this video as a whole? Now, let's go into something less traumatic, I would say.
Excited about what?
Full disclosure. Filters. So, little rant about the Tickety-Tockety app. At least 5 times a day, if not more. As customary on this app, I will follow my followers back. I will do so until Tickety-Tockety doesn't allow me to. And out of all the followers I follow back, I have at least 5 or 6 people every single day that are straight into my DMs as soon as they have a follow back, asking me what my relationship status is. This app is not a dating site. It is not a dating app.
That is a lie. Guys, I've been hearing this said by Taylor since I knew his channel, that social apps are dating apps. Now, they were probably not intended to be that way, but it doesn't change the fact that women use them for validation, and men use them to basically hit on, well, simps, I'd rather say, use social apps to hit on every single woman in a 5-kilometer radius. And women like this, right? They will say, oh, it's so annoying, you know, I just use these apps for my friends, etc., yada yada. And in the meantime, you check their pictures and they have like these 500 bikini photos, 1,000 pictures of themselves, just showing how much of a narcissist they are, right? And just showcasing their certain parts of their body, while pretending that it's all casual. You know what I'm talking about. Social apps are dating apps, and both men and women use them for the same purpose. It's a red flag to be in a committed relationship and you have your partner just DMing some strangers, texting with them. It's just such a red flag, guys. And this woman knows what's the deal, right? She knows what she's doing. She knows that she likes the attention. She makes this TikTok for attention. It's like, oh, guys, trying to all casually mention how many guys are hitting on her, like she doesn't like it, but at the same time she's bragging about it, wearing it as a badge of honor. Yeah, every day I get hit by 5 or 6 guys. Yeah, we know that being a woman is dating on rookie difficulty. But anyways, guys, rant over, let's continue.
This app is used by minors. I do not publish my relationship status. People that I interact with, that I class as friends on this app, do know what my relationship status is, and that's as far as it goes. I do not make it public, because it's none of y'all's business. And I want to discourage people trying to hit my DMs up, because yes, I am attractive. Yes,
oh wow,
I am.
And you are humble also, aren't you?
I'm a young looking woman.
Not so much.
I'm older than I look. But I do not want to encourage that kind of attention, because I do not want it. I do not need it.
She's making a TikTok, guys, for the whole world to see. And then she says, I just don't really like the attention. I promise I don't. I'm going to make another 5 TikToks about it, but I really don't like the attention.
So if you follow me back and you are straight into my DMs with, hello, beautiful, and you've had no prior interaction with me, be it on my content or somebody else's content, you will no longer be getting a reply.
Oh no.
Because I am so fed up of being asked if I am single or married, and I'm being hounded to get into a relationship with these strangers on the internet who have one picture and no content.
You really don't care, don't you? Like, they can have no picture at all, just a male showing attention to you. Delicious. Guys, this woman is out here whining, and I promise you, the minute those men stop simping, okay, the minute a day passes without her receiving any male attention, watch her start to pull her hair, right? But let's end the TikTok, gentlemen, and we'll comment it.
Or a couple of videos that could quite easily be spliced together with stolen pictures. So, nah, not happening. Go get on a dating app if you are looking for a serious relationship.
Yeah, actually
don't. Because I am not the woman for you. I will never be the woman for you.
Holy crap, I don't know if I can live with that, guys.
So, yeah, just a little reminder at the end to sum up. TikTok is not a dating app. You enter my DMs looking to use it as a dating app, you will be swiftly unfollowed and possibly blocked. Bye.
Bye, female dog. Guys, TikTok is absolutely a dating app. And in fact, you know, when I used to search for TikToks, I get a lot of, let's say, spicy content on that app, right? It's you cannot call it a dating app, but it's an app where women just farm the attention. It's a farm for them, you know? And that's why they post all those spicy pictures. And that is why you yourself are also making a TikTok for attention and to brag about the men who are hitting on you and to, you know, just give yourself a medal about how young and attractive you are. But guys, here's the thing. I mean, men lately are quite mad at the fact that women try to gaslight us into believing, you know, trying to play it like they're naive, they don't understand, you know. I bet, guys, that you've had this experience where maybe your girlfriend, maybe a friend of yours, you know, is getting hit on by a guy, right? And she says, oh, he's so annoying, you know, he's texting me every day. And you tell her, block him. And that minute, guys, that same minute, they're like, oh no, that would be rude, you know, I don't know him, I cannot block him, you know, I will hurt his feelings, yada yada. And they start coping and gaslighting and lying, etc. Because in the end, we men realize that you're doing it for attention and you like it. No matter how much you try to hide it, sweep it under the rug, you know, try to show yourself as casually not noticing, we know you do. We know you do it for attention. And a lot of women actually prefer the attention they receive from strangers rather than their own relationship, because it so happens when their boyfriend or let alone husband tells them, why don't you block that guy who's hitting on you, they're not willing to do it. And they will call him insecure, which is my favorite word, by the way. But guys, with that being said, let's check our last TikTok of a single mother, and we'll end the video right there, guys.
I kind of love when people prey on my downfall, and this might be like a niche thing, but I do way better when I know someone dislikes me. This may be why I always am finding myself in drama, but like I thrive when I know people don't like me because it gives me a reason to do better. This might be something I need to bring up in therapy. There are a lot of miserable people in this world, and I spent too much of my life putting myself in a box to not become who I was because I was criticized for every single little thing that I did. And then I, in turn, worried about everything that I did and how other people would perceive me and my identification and my digital footprint and all this bullshit. I cannot tell you guys how amazing and freeing it is to just let go of that and like learn to laugh at it and use it as encouragement and that you're doing something right and a push in the right direction rather than let it derail you, because that's what they want. Someone always has something to say about what I do, and once you learn that like that's just the rule of thumb, no matter what you do, it's way easier to put yourself out there because you're gonna meet criticism and scrutiny either way, but you may meet some people that really love you because of the way that you are, including yourself. I get asked a lot like, how did you become so confident? Because I used to be such a shy, quiet kid. You just keep doing shit and then you get a reaction. People get upset at you. They try to get a reaction out of you. You give it to them for a little bit and then you get exhausted. Learn to just give them a better version of you. I just fought with a millennial in my Instagram comments. I'm blocking her though. I feel really holier than thou right now, so I'm better than everyone. Learn to just give them a better version of you. I just fought with a millennial in my Instagram comments. I'm blocking her though. I feel really holier than thou right now, so I'm better than everyone. I just gotta keep repeating that in my head.
Guys, a common trait of narcissist people is this thing that she kept repeating, right? Everyone was trying to tear me down. Everyone was trying to defeat me. Everyone was treating me badly. It's something that narcissists do a lot. Basically to cope with the idea that nobody likes them because they are bad people. Right? Because they are egocentrical, because they are narcissists and nobody naturally likes them. So they have to cope with this idea that, yeah, the whole world, you know, happens to hate me and I'm just a strong fighter. I'm a survivor. I have to, you know, I'm such a good person. I'm better than them. And this is why they feel jealous, etc. So we already crowned a woman for having the most cope I've seen in my life. Now we're going to crown this woman as the biggest narcissist of the last decade. So 2 coronations today, guys. We'll end the video right here, guys. Single mothers. Not the best dating option, if you ask me. But what are your thoughts, guys? Leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you've made it till the end. And I wish you have a good day. See you next time.